Hello and welcome to another dramatic reading by me and Zine84. Today we're going the third to last chapter of Super Sentai vs Super Sentai Another, entitled Shadow of Substitution. Author's note, okay, I have no excuse, around 1.5 to 2 years of not updating due to a massive writer's block, having to scrap a halfway done chapter because I thought the chapter's theme would make the cast look like idiots, or make it look like pushing a tract by me. I'm sorry for the delay of this chapter, perhaps you might know some quality drops, but I still intend to finish this whole story and saga. Nope, I'm not giving up. Also, one X note. As a note, during the delay, Daigo's actor Tatsuya Nomi passed away and his death was ruled out as suicide. However, just because this happened, it doesn't mean I would just say Daigo dies or make references on that passing. And like I said, another Filipino author who tried to integrate the deaths of the actors by having their characters die off in the same way. Not mentioning any names or stories. The actor might have passed away, but the character will live on. Still, my condolences to his mourning family. Rest in peace, Tatsunomi. You made Daigo great in addition of your good acting career. Anyway, enjoy the chapter. Chapter 28. Shadow of Substitution. So, you understand what you need to do then? Indeed, you need not to worry. The Super Sentai will fall. All, even without you. In that case, I look forward to see the results once I return. Not that I have high hopes on you either. 2 days after usurping the power of Daijinryu, Long realized that while he had power beyond infinity, it would take time even for him to adjust. It's meant to be two there, the newfound powers. So he has taken preparation to temporarily leave his subordinates, implying they're not even that.
Hey Spotifyers, click or tap the banner to listen to Summer Bangers. Brought to you by Vauxhall Astra Electric.
Okay, I've lost my place.
Next level energy.
In order to contain and better control the power within him. He took his leave from Bandura Castle, technically to fend off on their own, completely fend for themselves. Considering his attitude to them, it's not the villains here dearly missed him. As the birth of Moth, the head of Kashdoko showed himself behind the door. Is he gone? He asked. Yes, it's safe for you to get in here. Abella noticed the skeleton yokai walked toward him. You know what this means of him gone, yes? Here, you don't even need to tell me. Kashdoko is at least in high spirits. He raised his rib bone. That damn dragon bat has bossed us way too long. Time we show him that we can do this. We can destroy the Super Sentai on our own. Here, of course this. I've missed the days when I stood on my helm with this. Bella remembered back in the beginning when Long wasn't around. The Sophie wanted like Kiros, Lamy, Gasadoko and Sibilina to fight against Super Sentai. But then the Infinite Dragon came around and ruined everything, forced them all into submission. There's no need to worry, I will not adapt some of the things he did to you all. I think that basically just means that Abella is not going to commit the same atrocities Long did. But humans are fair game, correct? Gasadoko reminded him, in which Abella nodded. Just remember that the Super Sentai takes priority. But it's because I was joined by a thief knight himself, won't remember. I believe that is what he said before, Bat Freak. The moment Kira said that, he saw Abella putting his hand in front of his neck like he's about to grab and crush it. I mean, that sounds exactly what he's doing. Hey, that was supposed to be a friendly nickname. I'll forgive it for now. Abella then put his hands down. You shall refer to me as Agent Umbrella, or just Umbrella will do, as long as it isn't Bat Freak. Kiro sighed in a little relief. If he had something similar to Long, he would have been smacked silly. His little bladder, without even a word, about the group condition at the moment. Perhaps you shouldn't let your guard down as well. Suddenly the two dark ladies, Lamy and Sibilina, also entered with Sibilina speaking. If anything, I believe Long will be keeping an eye to us, and he has a means. Oh really? Pray tell, what would that be? Gasadoko then sounded the back acclaim. Why to lead you all, of course, Lamy was the answer with a sly smile. Remember he's brought up here. Unlike us, he was brainwashed into loyalty to just Long. Well, crap. Kiro's curtly slammed his right to his left arm. And here I thought I could have won her over. That matters little. While we will not raise our suspicions, we will still focus on our original goal, the destruction of the Super Sentai. She will comply on this, Abella assured the rest of the team. Soon after he gazed from the skeleton yokai leader. For this one, I may need to ask one of your yokai if they're interested too, to some experiment. The hell are you talking about? Gaston goes puzzled back at Doffer. Even he's confused by the grammar. But regardless, he approached a Abdullah where he discussed the plan. Back in Bonds, as it turned out, it's not just the villain that's having some sort of crisis. 2 days have passed since the day they teamed up with Daigo, and we noticed that their short one member, Taku, where are you? Since that day, we noticed that their leader Taku did not wake up from his sleep for daily breakfast, and somebody took a peek into his room and noticed that it's neatly arranged. Once a sign of kidnapping, the man himself was gone. Probably sent the majority of the team into panic when they searched high and low for their leader. I think Ota just waited at the dining table, thinking for his own designs. One by one, the rest of the team entered the room. Found something? No idea, Sato sighed. He took a seat. Damn, where could he be? Oh, did you text from the computer or radar? Mira asked her friend. Her face was clearly worried, just as his face what? Does this face look like the face of someone who has obtained positive results from that? And the answer, mainly that if Hoji has found something, his face won't be as worried. Damn! Jiraiya curtly slammed his fist to his palm. What if the enemy attacks X this time? Well, if the enemy attacks, the answer is obvious. Melee sneered at that question. You just fight until they die. Mikoto, how can you be so calm when everyone is? Momoko tried to reprimand Mikoto, who looked like he was not giving any ounce of damns to this. However, while the next words he said might be a little more positive, his face was unfazed. Leave him be, it's clear that it isn't a kidnapping effort. He would have his reasons, but he may as well not bother. Besides, my game to be approaching its goals. You! A remark like that roused someone up, and Hoji ended up grabbing Mikoto on the collar. His basically showing he's rather cross about with. You think of your game more than our friend? So what? Mikoto remained unflabbergasted. If my game succeeded, then you'll have one less enemy to worry about. I'm sure even Taku will be... I would appreciate that. Okay, boy. Hoji, stop that! Moko put her hand onto Hoji's shoulder, attempting to calm him down. It's a slow process, but succeeding. This isn't the time to bicker like this. I wasn't around you guys longer than anyone else. What? Mikoto's been helping out despite his personality problems, right? Hoji sighed, remembered most of the time that Mikoto has been helping. Even if it was for his game, he seemed pretty genuine in helping out the group when in a pinch. Yeah, but it was a temporary emotional outburst. Then let go of his grab, it can be his hold on Mikoto's collar. I can understand why he's really deep in his game. It's just not a normal game to him, Sato spoke up. It's a game that involves the love of his life and reclaiming her. Oh, May nodded, mind that above all else, Mikoto was trying to rescue his lover Lichio from her state, being manipulated. As a body of love, even if hers wasn't mostly about romantic love, it's something she understood clearly. Anyway, let's leave that kind of thing to him. Mikoto suggested as she stood up. If Taku's not around, looks like we'll have to do it the hard way. Let's look around outside Bonds. So Super Sentai accepting to be excluding Mikoto, travels them around the city to look around where their leader could be. In this new bizarre world, it might not be as familiar with the world they used to know, but they had to anyway. Hoji, Mei, Sato and Melee looked around in nearby towns without raising suspicions. They didn't want to bother for people's daily activities, and in Melee's case, those people did not interest her one bit. Damn it, Taku! It was at that time while separating, Hoji was approached by a man who was behaving strangely. The man was rather big and burly, looked like someone who looked like a big biker gang bully. So I think that one of those looked like redundant. However, something was very off about that man. Mister, are you feeling lonely today? The man's voice was somehow too high-pitched. As much as that man's throat could muster, that alone was enough to have Hoji wind his eyes and make up his eyes. No, I'm not. Hoji's answer was short, and after he nodded his attempt to go away, the man still blocked his path. What is it now? I don't have time for this. Mister, I've got this bar. I know I'll have a good drink, just the two of us. The man's manners and invitation began to creep Hoji out. And after that, we can rent a room and... What, Bert? What do I feel like talking to a hooker? In a biker gang or something. No, I don't have time for this. Goodbye. Hoji brushed off again, but suddenly the man grabbed on the wrist and raised up, looking rather in awe. Ooh, that English, it just turns me on. The man spoke with such a note of affection that Hoji was really sweating nervously at this. He no longer had any idea what this creature was supposed to be. Definitely not a monster. Come on, it's just... Oh my god, it could be closer to that. The whole thing was backing up to Hoji, he started remembering a certain harmless alienizer in the past who ended up falling through a disguise with his friend as a woman when it came back to haunt said friend. Except this time it was Hoji himself about to get into that mess. That's it, I'm never making fun of that time of Tetsu again. He tried his best to say something to drive away from Mam. This moment felt too tongue-tied. Hoji! A voice called out when Hoji turned around and saw May looking at him commuting. You're in some sort of business, yes? If it's bad intent, maybe I can wait. Well, it just made Hoji felt even more tongue-tied and awkward, unable to get things out from his mouth. On the other hand, mind lending a hand near May? Hoji felt like screaming for even 10 seconds thinking of his man or sort. Eek! Is that? Suddenly the man let go of his hand, looking horrified. Is that your good girlfriend? What the? Finds that one side loosened to hold his tongue and able to speak. No, you got that wrong. We're not a couple or something. But to really need to visit boo-hoo! The man just ran off crying, staying away from Hoji. What the hell was that? Even Hoji was confused about events. And that's not me making a remark, that's actually the text. Hoji may approach him, but even her face already quite says this. What was that really? A man acting like a woman? If I know what's going on, I'd tell you myself. Hoji answered a bit annoyed. She knew they were on the same boat, not knowing a lot. All I know is that he acted more like a female hooker than a man. Wait, now that you mentioned it, something doesn't feel right about that man. May suddenly came up with the way that man acts feels like something else, like a soul trapped in another body. Maybe it was a hooker trapped in that man's body. Oddie, soul trapped in another body? The mention brought back a certain memory within Hoji, the time when he got body switched with an alienizer that nearly got his friends killed. He'll hit him. To be got his friends to kill him, only to realize something's wrong and get him out of the mess. That's okay, Hey, May, have you ever gotten into that situation? Actually, no. Surprisingly, May shook her head. I experienced something similar to this, but I wouldn't call it switching bodies, just getting your soul stuck in another place. She talked about that earlier time fighting as zoo rangers in the modern world where she, along with her friends, got their bodies and souls stuck inside trees. Closer to her, I want to burn you fair with that kind of story. We already experienced a lot of crazy things. It probably should come off as no surprise, Hoji commented. I want to make sure if it really is a case of soul swatting. Ah! And they're talked into it by a woman who fell onto the ground as Melly just looked on. Melly, what happened here? May approached Melly, whose face indifferent all along. That woman, did you just... Oh, spare me the lectures. Melly scoffed off. Yeah, what's the play? I've only given a slight between confidence. That woman dared to try and flirt me, not realize that I only belong to Rio-sama. No wait, it is regardless, that's why I floored her. My deal for painting's a bit low in tone. It was only a bit of moment, you hold up her. Melly, do you remember how that woman sounded? Huh? I usually don't bother, just this time I still kind of remember. Melly's answer surprised both of them. Surprisingly low, and here I thought I'm already low-toned enough compared to your resident chipmunk-sounding ally here, over here. Hey! May knew Melly was trying to her, and of course still took offense on that. When she stopped thinking on that again, because she just realised something. Wait, could it be just like what happened with Hoji? Happened like what? Another familiar voice heard, which started about them. You guys sure got a lot of time to chat like this? Aren't we looking for Takaru? Okay, well, off my place again. We would be if we hadn't seen some strange occurrences like this, May explained while trying to find her. Sat, have you seen cases of people acting strange? Wait, what? People not acting like themselves. For instance, a man acting like a woman or vice versa? Hoji finished to explain briefly. Well, it's on harass you or something? Because Melly and I got into each other's hand. No, I didn't find something too strange. I did glance about some men who act like women. I thought maybe we could be your run-in-the-mill people with confused sexuality. So just shrugged, not knowing what's going on. Haven't for quite some time in my time, you know. Hoji, May and Melly just looked at each other, perhaps they were speaking out for nothing. And it was then that a rabbit hopped to near Chad's legs. Oh, aren't you a cutie? Serpent picked up a rabbit, smiled at her. All of a sudden, ribbit! The rabbit instead attempted to make the sound of a frog. His tongue turned quite long enough to get licked his out on the cheek. The brief moment, the tongue stuck in her cheek. She started to yell out in surprise, letting the rabbit drop to the ground for a say, "Hop up! Hey, come back!" Zelda called out for the rabbit but didn't turn away. What the heck was that? A long-tongued rabbit? There's no species of rabbit like that. And it's sounding like a frog. A rabbit sounding like a frog with a long tongue. This is definitely strange, May noticed. Who are those people that always confused, whatever it is? And actually people switch souls. This one a rabbit and a frog getting their spirit switch. Supposed to be look for Taku here. Here, hold yours in mind, rest. And next let's Spider. So this is really a case where I can endanger a lot. We can't just leave this be. Let's hope Jiraiya and Moko are doing okay. Moko, together with Jiraiya, eventually took their search to a slightly more rural area where the scenery of nature was quite a sight to behold, thanks to a small forest nearby. While people around seemed to be poor, it seemed to have led a happy life. Beautiful. While walking, Moko couldn't help but mutter. Apparently that was also a sentence or something. Yep, beautiful, Jiraiya added before going to a little bit of teasing to lighten the mood. Felt like taking Aku for a walk here later? We find him, that is. Ah yes, I'd love it. Moko smiled back at him. He had no intention to get caught in the flow that she already read. If you all could jog here together with all these fresh air, you know, for training. Although her face turned from being more whimsical into a more serious one to comply on my last statement. Also, there's no if in finding Taku. We will find him. Of course, Jiraiya nodded, and his eyes locked to another direction if there's something peculiar in front of them. What the? Jiraiya, what are you looking at? Moko asked, and kind of hoped it would be something that she could use to friendly banter or tease, like maybe a girl or something. What to her when she looked at the direction Jiraiya was looking, all that she saw was a rather old house in the middle of the woods, kind of stuck out from the trees. That house is suspicious, Jiraiya muttered. He didn't know why, but he felt there was something wrong about the house itself. Jiraiya? What Moko said inspired him. Not sure if it's a good idea, perhaps this could be where Taku is? I mean, you're thinking that this is a secret training spot? Yep, but maybe it's just a stupid guess, Moko reasoned her choice. So what will it be? Yeah, it could be a stupid guess, but Jiraiya crossed his arms on foot. His answer came quickly enough. Well, I got a bad feeling about this. The only way to prove it is to approach the problem, not to run from it. However, what are we waiting for? Both of them nodded to each other and ran towards the house, until they noticed a slightly ominous shadow as followed them as they entered the house. In a few minutes, both Jiraiya and Moko gathered once more in the lobby after quite some time looking through the house. It was small, but they didn't have to explore long enough, so he didn't find him. Jiraiya guessed looked at the only person behind him. Well, as you can see, Moko shrugged. She found Taku and he would be right beside her, but that wouldn't be the case. They knew it would be her turn. So what else do you find about this house? Well, it reminds you of this one yokai I read from the scrolls, Kageona. Jiraiya then told a story of what he remembered from the scroll. It's a woman yokai, kind of like Yukiona. So, shadow woman instead of ice woman. Moko made a guess based on what it said. Yeah, it's not an overly famous yokai. No wonder Daimo didn't have her in his ranks during our battle. Jiraiya confirmed after he recalled his battles briefly. It's a shadowy one that skulls people inside their houses. It's otherwise harmless. That's it. Moko was relieved, but it wasn't something harmful, but he didn't see what Mr. Chan touched. You worried about that kind of harmless being? However, she's quite surprised to saw Jiraiya shaking his head. His expression wasn't that light-hearted. I think he only said that because you weren't there when that happened. I remains have a tool to turn an otherwise harmless yokai into something far more dangerous. Even before the arrival of Long, Jiraiya had seen how the enemy under Umbrella and Gashtoko took on a formerly harmless yokai like Uwa into a deadly monster. Can only wonder what they would have done to his Kageona if they ever got their hands onto her. All of a sudden, an eerie chuckle was heard throughout the house, starting to What was that? Moko looked around and being unable to find anything. He knew Jiraiya was able to stay calm. He couldn't help but to feel a certain dread surrounding him. Visible laughter of Kageona, then a eerie calm turned to a rough awakening when the ceilings, walls and floors revealed hidden doors as Dorodoro's soldiers appeared. As the two took on fighting stances, Moko noticed something. Dorodoro's wielding lances of Ungla? Somebody wielding the lances of Unglas? So when did that matter? As soon as Jiraiya assured her, Moko quickly removed such absurd thoughts. She grabbed and flipped one attacking Dorodoros to the ground while kicking another. At the same time, Jiraiya leapt to punch one Dorodoros on the opposite side, while quickly elbowing one Dorodoros on the face and using a sweeping kick to another. And more Dorodoros attempted to surround and attack them, but didn't have enough trouble to take them down one by one. Once they fell, most of them were vaporized. How are you doing? No problem. At that point, there was a gap between the two. The meaningless phrase came from Momoko. What's happened to her voice? Before he could ponder what could have transpired, him took to tell. When Jiraiya looked on the outside through a window, he saw a figure, a slender woman in shady kimono, standing in front of the house, and drying her with showers on the ground. Made even more apparent with some of the above on the outside. Interlopers of my house, come at me if you dare. The two just nodded in agreement and stepped outside the house. Nothing peculiar really happened so far. They only looked at Warren. You really got the nerve to enter this house of mine, the house of Kageona. You ought to be punished. With that, the yokai snapped her fingers, and all of a sudden, and they were surrounded with Bamiya and Kune soldiers. Getting Bamiya's soldiers took on the fighting stand of Vinci, while Kune's soldiers were armed with drills and Anoi. Without even looking at each other, both Jiraiya and Moko knew how to step the game, prepared to transform. Or a mask. Super Henge! There was nothing, not even a surge of power. That is Jiraiya, who tried to leap, and Moko was only knocking on her hand. What? Where's my dawn changer? As Moko said about surprised Jiraiya. I can't even transform or feel the aura power in my body. Wait, Jiraiya, what did you just... Jiraiya was surprised to say that, then what he saw shocked him further. That's me. What just happened? So I'm in Moko's body now? Hoo hoo ha ha! Kageona didn't chuckle at this, she laughed. In fact, your punishment has already begun, the moment you stepped and messed with my house. How did that happen? I didn't feel a thing back then. Jiraiya, whose body contained Moko at that point, explained. The only reason why I'm known as the yokai who haunted house, only those who are brave could escape me, Kageona explained. Two beings came onto my house for whatever reason, then I come to start them. Both will even start a bit will have their souls switched together. Moko was shocked, but she knew she felt a little startled. And if there's just one being, Moko, whose body contains Jiraiya at that point, attempts to make a guess, doesn't answer. Kageona just point to her stomach. Everything was clear. Single soul get out. Why you? Ooh, I love it when things get chaotic. Alright, you all. Kageona remained commander soldiers. Attack! A group of soldiers ran forward, despite knowing they were unable to transform thanks to mismatching souls within their bodies. So Jiraiya and Moko were able to do one thing, moving their body to at least fight back. Their body movement was severely hampered. Thanks to the mismatching souls, they were unable to release the full potential of their fighting skills. Eventually, as the battle lasted longer and longer, they began to show fatigue and were unable to properly dodge, taking several hits, still managing to stay constant. Damn! Jiraiya and Moko's body uttered the end up back to back with Moko and Jiraiya's body. The soldiers surrounded them. The simple and planning to fall. Yeah, same here. Monkey said, well, not until I find Taku's solve the mystery around this world and return to our world. Oh, that's a nice talk, alright, but that won't matter when you two die. Kageona taunted further. What will better mismatched souls do against me and my horse? Well, too bad you didn't count on reinforcements. As a new voice was heard, blasts were fired from the other side, and from the other side, several figures leapt to kick away the soldiers, opened the way as the rest of the Super Sentai approached both Jiraiya and Moko. You guys okay? Deku Blue attempted to ask, but stopped midway. Wait, why didn't you transform? Sorry, complications. Jiraiya and Moko's body answered, but it caught attention to someone else. Hey, when are you going to speak English good, Moriko? Megalo asked. Evidently your English isn't that good, Mr. Writer. Meanwhile, the good English pronunciation coming from Moko's mouth. Seriously, you sound like you're giving Jiraiya all this money. Well, in case it escapes you, Moko in Jiraiya's body noted, Moko is over here. We got our souls switched. Oh, I see. So you switched bodies. Abigail Kazi noted while crossing his arm. There was some silence ensued, which only broke when Deku Blue, Terror Ranger and Melody attacked several Bamiya and Kune's soldiers who attempted to sneak on from behind. What? There's nothing surprising the alien news is about. It happens a lot. Even so, Terror Ranger honestly would have been surprised hearing that guys take a defensive stance, so were Bamiya soldiers and Kune's soldiers gathering with them. This fight isn't over yet. We'll have to fight hard with two of us not in their best state. Everything just got easy because they're acting like fools. Getting together like that saves me more time. I had to step forward and spread her arms as flames gathered behind her arms. Ringi, Kisho, Kigan! And as she moved her arms forward, the flames followed, swallowing the lining up soldiers in blazing fire and exploding them, revealing only Kageona behind. It's only obvious that Melody relaxed her arm to a point to the monster. You're next. I knew I thought you would do that surprise thing, then I would have caught you off guard. Kageona grunted in annoyance. However, a grin was formed on her mouth as she put her hand behind her back. Still, because of that, I get to show you something. What a coincidence, a sunny, perfect day for a demonstration of power by Kageona. As he said about the team, realized that the sun was right up ahead. And two teams! There's no definitive answer to her surprise. Suddenly, the shadows surrounding Kageona large. So, you're going to attack us with shadows. Fitting of your name, really. Miguel commented. Still, I think you've got experience around fighting shadows, so we'll get through it, no problem. Bring it. fool, I don't always use shadows the way you think. Kageona corrects, eventually pulled her arms back to front, and one hand of her arms over the small brown bird that at least could fly, so otherwise harmless. In the other hand, a venomous snake gripped Miyoko's thumb. The snake could only wiggle around, not biting anything. This is what the shadow does, as Kageona exclaims when dunked the head of the two animals on her hands. The shadow around her somehow has risen in height, like it was forming a pool of black mist made of shadows. Deku already had his hand on his D-snipe, but he couldn't even lift it. Was this almost all prevented from not to just shoot her? Is her shadow? When he looked at his allies, they were also frozen in place. Usually I'd be content with my house draft, but at times it's also what I can do. And as Kageona uttered, she then pulled her body upwards. Once again standing still as the massive shadow diminished, and the two animals once again shown in full body. Something just feels wrong in this. Momoko of Jiraiya's body conscious the animals started to move their body at last. To everyone's shock, the snake opened his mouth. What came out was the sound of bird chirping. On the other hand, when the bird opened its beak, it was a snake's hiss that came out. Oh my god! Jiraiya and Momoko both exclaimed. The switch for two animals' soul and trait. That just feels like mutating two animals at once. Miguel could only glare and remember what that meant. It might be origin of a ravager's frog sound and long tongue. They were mixed and matched by Kageona. Much like an alienated experiment. Damn you! The blue curses, boys don't move. Damn it, move, huh? Spies looked down and noticed that all of their ankles had been tied down to the ground. Since when? Even I didn't see this one coming. Even after I killed them, until he realised this one too late. Is it because I got too fascinated with exciting experiments like this? Oh, you thought I can't even use common shadow techniques like shadow binding? That would be your downfall. Because you see, Kageona said about to help a bird but hits like a snake. This bird snake is getting a little antsy, looking to sink its venom onto any of you. At that point, the bird's beak started to change form. It would still be a beak, but its shape was getting like the fang of a venomous snake. Then Kageona released a grip to the bird, and started to fly forward. It suddenly let out a large hiss and diving right into the Super Sentai, as Kageona slinked to the ground, bouncing into the shadow along the snake that now chirped like a bird. And the bird sang its beak straight to the right arm of Momoko. Ah! The venom started to spread within the body of Momoko. With Jiraiya's throat inside, it was him who felt all pain with venom spraying throughout the body. Gah! Ah! As at that time, the binding effect expired, allowing us to attempt to move again. Momoko! Turning to reach to Momoko's body, then cut back her word and Jiraiya's whole body to stammer. I mean, Jiraiya! Throughout the best of birds for people based on the soul dwelling within the body. Are you okay? Oh no! Momoko held on to Momoko's hands and was shocked how the venom was made a rather quick spread. Wasn't treated soon. Mega Sling! All of a sudden, Mega drew her weapon and took an aim on the air. Once she shot, I'll take her as a sound of painful lips and explode in the air. Savage! Melee cough. Mega just went ahead and killed that bird. Right, I didn't have any other choice, Miguel said in both a serious and a little sad tone. Didn't like killing innocent animals, however. If I didn't do this, it might attack other people, being aware that it's a bird with some attributes from a serpent. Save that for later, please, Momoko enjoyed by Mayim. We have to get back to Bond soon, or Jiraiya. I will. There isn't this way you would. Deku was about to test using the smoke bomb to realize the wrong store was no way to utilize several ninja techniques.
Want to listen to your own audio files without
Oh right,
making
wrong
a
body.
Spotify
Damn,
account?
what did you do on this?
On
Says
Android,
Momoko
you
looked at
can
Jiraiya and her
plug
body
in
growing in
your
pain. She
place.
noticed how
With our
serious
local
the
files
situation was.
you
Even
can
if she was in
have
her own
every
body, when she
music
got
record,
inflicted with such
every
venom, she
voice
might even
note,
find
every song,
it hard to
and
even
every
concentrate
podcast.
upon your power.
Activate
So
local
she got off
files
from
on
the
your
floor,
Spotify
listening.
app.
Abe Killer grabbed Momoko's limp body and slowly put a body on his back like giving it a piggyback ride. Mikoto, what are you doing with my body? There's no time. I'll go on ahead and get it first aid. It won't be too late. Abe Killer spoke. For now, even his voice didn't contain any malicious or sarcastic right. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Taking off venoms like this is a piece of cake. Just as long as I got the equipment, it should be inside Bond. Without wasting any moments, Abe Killer used his super speed to run off to the direction of Bond. Is it just me or Mikoto? Making out expressed surprise and sincerity in his attempt to move better. Feels like he's not playing around once. It was about to be the case. Dagger Blue commented, still on how much he knew about Mikoto Nakadai.
Pockets, aren't they great?
Aye.
Useful little spaces.
Nakadai Mikoto is obsessed with game. This turned out to be a game at the expense of Jiraiya. No, I believe in him. Tenoing denoted positively, calming everyone down. Tenoing, we should get back to Bonds, even if we have to walk. On the agreement, all the Super Sentai then moved their feet in order to return to Bonds. Meanwhile, in another place, Kageona resurfaces from the ground, still carrying the snake that choked like a bird. Okay, so little one is as harm as a bird now. It means you're useless to me. Suddenly getting a vicious streak with her voice, Kageona bent through the snake to the ground and stomped it so hard it died on spot. Well, well, the familiar voice was heard. Three figures approached Kageona. Gasadoko, Kyo's and Umbrella. At least you proved yourself capable. Ah, Lord Junior. Kageona said as he bowed down and said to Master. I see you got one of the Super Sentai fallen into your tricks, Abella noted. Pray tell which ones. The red one maybe, Kyo's death, disobedience. The red? Kageona was shocked when started back. I'm sorry, Masters. I did not see any one of them wearing red. What the hell do you mean by that, huh? Gasadoko was rather pissed at this kind of answer, treating it as a misinformation. Quickly approached Kageona and grabbed her over the kimono. Don't remember the red one escaped your attention, and then you do realize what I'm going to do if you screw from this very simple task, huh? Have mercy, Lord Junior. Hold it, Gasadoko. Abella put his hand onto Gasadoko's shoulder. Which I wish was lying. There are grounds in this. Nate, what do you mean about this? Bad goes Athena slipping up into calling him what he used to call Abella just before. He only called it him once. And here I thought defending ladies is my forte. But it has nothing to do with hitting ladies, Abella corrected. I did a scan of the surrounding before and found it strange for some reason I could not detect red mask around. First I thought it was just a small malfunction, but looks like it wasn't a malfunction at all after this. Fine, forget about targeting that one colour. Gasadoko was still annoying, so turning toward Kageona again. Tell us which one to affect your skills. It was the black one. And the pink one. Kageona attempted to answer again and realized the ambiguity of her answer. But there were two pinks. What? Gasadoko's anger boiled up again and once again he was stopped. Okay, I've got a better question. Here was interrupted this time. It's about the pink one that could transform. When she transformed, did she have some sort of mouth on her helmet? Kageona tried to think about it before until she remembered. Yes, she did have some sort of human mouth. Oh, bingo. Kyo's grinned. She also tapped onto Gasadoko's shoulder. This gal's done her job. Let her eat more havoc as a reward. Maybe then the Super Sentai will be forced to come out unprepared. Right, so you did do your job after all. Gasadoko silently to finally let go of Kageona. Don't screw up or else. Kageona can only nod quickly in response of perhaps as the three walked away. So Kyo, you do realise what this means, right? Everyone asked something which Kyo's doing satisfaction. Yeah, of all people affected, it's her. This can get me prepared for what I'll do. Super Sentai finally made the bond and quickly made the sick bay. Marisol Mikoto already finished neutralizing venom within Mogo's body. Jiraiya, was Dr. Thing okay? Yeah, pretty good. Jiraiya knows that due to Mogo's body, his attempt speaking is rather slowly. His body may make speaking English a bit hard. Hey, I take offense in that. Mogo is now using Jiraiya's body plate. I can speak English at least. Well, not as often as either you or Hoji, but of course, I think Mogo didn't use English very often, so of course her body is less familiarized with the language. So to try to make a good sense in this. I'll let you figure out what's wrong about phrasing. And judging from everyone's signs or it's decided but everyone just went along with it. Still, to go on like that for an ally, I noted Mikoto. Did you catch a fever or is there something messing your head, Mikoto? Huh? Mikoto tried to play gum. What do you mean about this? I knew it, Mikoto. May smiled at him. I think our best to befriend you of a way that we fought together for common foe has rubbed on you. That'd be a good thing, right? Oh really? Mikoto just chuckled up nose him. Just remember, this is part of my game. I can't afford to lose my pawns. Losing pawns in stupid games like this isn't fun, you know. Oh, I guess. Nobody has that serpent bird. So I can understand what Mikoto referred to, being someone who was into games. She understood about the random unexpected events that could change the course of games. This was no different. Also, if you asked me for a cure of his whole body switching stuff, Mikoto added his talk was cut off. Yeah, that's out of the doctor's skill list. Hoji finished the sentence when he looked round. Found Taku yet? At that moment, everyone's mind about his whole instance of diverting from the problem at hand. Disappearance of their leader, Taku. The science team at both Mikoto and Moko didn't have such a counter. Damn it! This is bad, Joy noticed. What about yokai attacks again? Can I? So I have no choice but to find her weak spot. Moko gave her the only answer possible. Whatever it is, I'll find it out. Huh? You? In a body I'm not even familiar with? Melly challenged her statement. Can you really do that? Without transforming, it doesn't mean my knowledge on ninjutsu, limited as it may be, is gone. Moko stated, which surprised everyone in the room. Wait, you know ninjutsu? May I surprise? I thought your specialty was Chai Chi Kwan. Well, not exactly an expert, but that's what having a ninja friend will do to you. Milky stayed back, she already grabbed his Super Sentai book, which happened to be on the nearby desk. Apparently when Miko was treating Dryer, I walked and read the book. Gilman pays toward the masked man and points to a certain someone. Oh, that's right, Sato explained. According to our history, your best friend is Haruka, the yellow mask, and her specialty was ninjutsu. Yep, and Haruka also at least showed me some tricks I still remember. That does make sense, unnecessarily. Source knows ninjutsu, there's a difference between an expert ninjutsu and someone who only saw them. But so he can borrow his off. Honestly, we'll go aside a bit, trying to find a word to say to him. Haruka knew ninjutsu better than me, but he did give me some good basics about ninja. Particularly using traditional stealth instead of ninja martial arts. Also, it's tools like smoke bombs. I would know some stealth tricks, I believe that I wouldn't be able to do it if my body doesn't remember how. Yes, that's the point. Hoji put his points together. Body couldn't remember. How do you suppose? Pop quit is Hoji. Dry suddenly interrupted, going a long way. Whose body do you think Momoko is inhabiting now? But perhaps there's some sense what Momoko's saying. Yep, that's a cue, Momoko explained. It's still a gamble though. Dry's voice remember on how ninjas move, so if I am to imagine things up about what it means to be a ninja, like to go on stealth, probably spy on master I know her weaknesses. I'm still not fully able to comprehend how much this is going to make sense, Holy stated before he raised his head. Now it looks like I'll have to try to think like my partner. It's low percent level success, but still better than 0%. I'll have to do this. Just leave this to me, Moko encouraged. Guess I'll have to get used to this body for now too. Dry noticed he started running his finger to Moko's arm, trying to test the power of its muscles. But just fighting as if it's familiar with business well, just as long as it's not too much. When I realised it was taking closer and closer to Moko's other body. Dryer, don't you dare! Momoko yelled in embarrassment, the sound of alarm setting off interrupting her thought. Time has come this quickly, May said in surprise. Oh, there's no choice then, let's just do this. So he said that everyone nodded in agreement they had to deploy themselves. Out of nowhere in the middle of the city, a rather ominous looking house materialized in the shadows. Mayor Kageyomi says, looks like I have enough power to do this. As he muchly continued to walk forward, the shadow expanding before her. Wreak havoc as you will, my beast spawned from the shadow. Kageyomi exclaimed. Several animals rose from the ground, all of them seeming innocently looking like cows, sheep, chimpanzee. Then we started to roar, make sounds that would come out from dangerous carnivorous animals like lions, crocodiles, wolves, or charging right towards all directions. The city was in complete panic as these animals charged through any instance they came across, and offered a lot escaped the animals' wrath, as they did a lot of things that wasn't like everyone expected. For instance, a sheep getting throated as a lion attempted to maul on, very on is unnecessary, a man. Kageyomi just walked around looking satisfaction. I suppose I created and awakened a new shade between your four men. What? That's far enough. But their thought was cut short when gun blasts shot the direction, and she turned around. She saw Hoji, Maid, Sato, Melly, Mikoto, and driving Mogo's body walk towards them. Oh yes, I was expecting you. Kage and so was seeing a complete team. You're down to how many people again? The Batman checking out? Yeah, but it's definitely a trap, Dryer noted. We're still faced regardless. Yeah, the light of the innocent is still on the line, Sato had thought continuing. About the missing friends, they said just us are enough. Oh, you really talk big, do you? Kage and Rebecca generated a shower before her. I'll make you eat those words. Once she raised her hand, darkness started to generate on her hands and even stomach and legs. There was a rather specific light located on her stomach. When she acted, it felt like there were too many openings. Emergency! Deca Ranger, face on! Dino Buckler! Install! Mega Ranger! Baku change! Majority of the team transformed. My melee wasted no time to run forward, transforming silently while running and leapt to kick at Kageyomi on the stomach. Should be running and leaping. Exactly at the shining part, rolling himself backwards with the transformed Sentai, except Dry as he was in the wrong body, drew their respective blaster guns. The blaster gun shot her not just on the stomach, but on the places where the shadows gathered in her body. Ollie, did we do it? Mega yelled upon as Kageyomi was staggering. But suddenly she stood straight once one man started cacking. You only thought that was my weak spot, began gloating. It wasn't, I just popped my door so I could suck you into that. I don't see any change in that woman either. Smut Drive in Momoko's body. Looked around himself. He knew that Momoko wasn't in the assault team, so if it worked, should have been somewhere else. He was still there. Oh no! A bait, Abaranger grunted momentarily. However, he was quick to pick up the pace. Alright, he got baited. So what? I'm still kicking her ass. He was in turn to strike. All of a sudden, an animal was running towards him. It was a giraffe with the running force of a rhinoceros. When both forces meet, and Abigail was in a rushing neutral stance, not a rushing offensive stance. Obviously, he lost and was knocked away. Gah! Should have probably tried using Abigail mode if I knew it. Runs like a truck. That's some tackle, Melly commented. Like he got run by a bull. A rhinoceros more likely. Abigail correctly got back on his 2 feet. But just as he did that, it was surrounded by big animals. Oh well. What's the matter? They're just animals. Miguel teased a bit. She remembered both the rabbit with frog tongue and the bird that acts like a venomous snake. Oh dear, my hunter's right. This is bad. Of course, the body of the time is not an indication of what these switch animals could do. Kageo toned his fair raised hand. Oh, my stored power is rampage will never stop. Now, my dear children, kill them all. The animals started to charge forward, and with power superintendent, I had no idea how these animals acted from the inside. They were in for a trouble. I wasn't counting how one of them would not transform and have the wrong soul in his body. Demon Superintendent never lost their hope. They kept their ground. Counting on you, Mama Go. Did Kageo know that right as he walked outside the ominous house, someone has been looking at her from the shadows. The door of her ominous house left open. After all, if anyone was curious about how someone left their house open, those people would end up being a victim to her power, and their souls switched or becoming future food there. Out of sight, all of a sudden, someone brought a cloth out of thin air, revealing a figure. As it turned out, Momoko using Jiraiya's body had used a ninja hiding technique, taking advantage of Jiraiya's body familiar with the arts of ninjutsu, but also Momoko remembered back those times her friend Haruka showed her some light ninjutsu. Looks like it paid off. Good thing it's your left shadow chose leading to this. Well, that kind of sneaking was pretty taxing Monk's mind. My mind isn't really used to this. Hopefully that should be enough for now. Bat Monko set her gaze onto the ominous house. By guessing correctly, perhaps the key of storing our souls to be within this house. Last time she had her body swapped, only took the visiting house. Kageo instinct seemed like a creature that showed its weak point easy, so we only opted to find out something within her home. As Mogo stepped onto the open door, she heard something ominous. Felt like a beat of her heart. What? Mogo stopped right at the door. Morse looked at it, but Morse knew this would be bad. The house was dark. It was as if the shadows engulfed every parts of the house. There was always a light at the end of the dark tunnel. Showing herself, Mogo took a step forward and entered the house alone. Suddenly the door shut itself loudly, basically trying to get myself eaten. Like she said, when only a single person entered her house, maybe I'll find a clue. As he stepped forward, he could start hearing sound like a low-pitched shriek. The ninjato at hand, Mogo braced himself what had come. Low-pitched shriek started to continue, till all of a sudden, as it was the reflex of the body dryer, Mogo raised her hand in a quick movement. It is a shriek transformed into a high-pitched one, like a creature attempting to pounce by a hand. Met with a pommel of the ninjato, knocking the shriek source away. Mogo spied something else. Did I just hear something? I'm not tripping just because I'm in Jiraiya's body, right? This didn't happen before. Compared to the last time she was trying her best fighting the soldiers during her first encounter with Kageona, surely she didn't hear these sounds. For a brief time, Mogo attempted to find out how everything came together with this. Before she ended up just shaking her head in confusion. It doesn't make sense, I give up. I've got more pressing matters to attend. And with that, she looked at the source of the shriek, and what she thought to be a distraction to that sound effect turned to the moment she bargained for. It was also a creature that couldn't be described using normal words. It was more like a creeping creature that resembled a cross between a scorpion and a centipede. No such creatures ever inhabited any place in Earth. It would look like more like an extraterrestrial, despite having features similar to several insects found in Japan. It was still alive. Yuck! Mojo instinctively raised a leg and stomped the ground which she thought the creature's head was located. And by luck, in one stomp, she destroyed it. It certainly looked like a creature not about to move, but wait, what? Mojo was stunned when she noticed she was thinking of something she never expected. Deuce enjoyed movies. Felt like talking about a movie she never really saw. Not even some horror movies she went for. Is this a side effect of me being within Jiraiya's body? She quickly shook her head, trying to concentrate on what's ahead of her. After all, there's still that sound of beating heart. Mogo walked further forward and eventually saw a red light illuminating what's in front of her. When she finally reached the light source, her eyes feasted upon a rather abominable sight. A gigantic heart attached through veins that seeped into the house's walls, and also guarded with a lot of the creatures that stood against her. Even more so, there were scores of men littering around the creatures. There must have been the men who entered this house alone, and then became victims. So these creatures would be the house defense system. This really is an abominable house. Me against this swarm, but Mogo knew she's near a goal. prepared for just ready to dry as normal ninjato. Or she ended up holding it like a normal sword, not like how a ninja wield it. My hunter's right, bad hard finger for sorceress. I can take it out. Moko took one step forward. Immediately one creature jumped onto her. Reflex both slowed down due to being unfamiliar with Jiraiya's body. Smashed to slash with a leaping creature. Pow! Huh? Moko swore she could have heard something. That sound again. It's what a Jiraiya went through, and I keep hearing things like this. Yes, she didn't have time to think about it. More and more creatures noticed her and kept trying to hug her with her legs. At that point, Moko just stopped thinking about the sword and concentrated on her reflex. One by one, she moved forward, she swung her ninjato, slapping away the creature. She stepped forward, slowly and slowly. Whack! 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 Wham! Don't mind it, don't mind it, don't mind it, don't mind it. Moko kept telling herself as she continued her war. Eventually, sits down, eventually distracted her to the point, but the creature managed to pounce on her on the back and hugged her body from the back with its legs. Using its stinger tail, it thrusted Moko's back, injected something that took form in a massive electric shock there. Ah! Moko screamed and fell onto her knees. The shock started in her body. Damn it, I was so close. That was Moko Lemon. She was in a closer range to a giant beating heart, and the other creature looking at her, as if ready to dogpile on her. Her blade couldn't reach her heart, and if all creatures attacked her at once, stumble. Then she finally noticed something. Not yet, I still have another option. No real way she could do it. Moko gathered all her remaining strength in her body. He reached her eyes, voice inhabiting. As far as I should go. Here we go. As the creature took decision to pounce, Moko raised her hand, holding the ninjato. Muttering all her might, she threw a blade right onto her heart. All she could hear was explosions before everything blacked out. What creature the next time to have her consciousness was not creepy creature calling her out, but an arm swinging in her face. Ow! Moko yelled. She felt like being thrown for a bit of distance. She fell over the ground soon after she opened her eyes. First thing she looked at the clear sky. Where am I? Jiraiya, are you okay? She heard a familiar voice. When she looked to her side, she saw Mega looking at her. Damn, it must be that hard getting punched by a kangaroo with behind a gorilla. Wait, what? Who are you talking with? Moko protested when it dawned to her. They called her Jiraiya and it was outside, not inside that creepy house. She looked down and noticed a familiar outfit. I'm back? It was like the operation was a success, Ben. Deku noticed he realized what's going on. Moko's gone undetected a layered Kage, and by doing that to the ominous heart, he managed to store the switch soul. Look, the animals began behaving properly, the Ranger pointed out, as animals have acted like their own true species. These dogs act like dogs, birds act like birds. This is where their soldiers turned and started putting up they were doing, eventually just left. Hey, wait, come back, it was supposed to be. Kage only yelled at the animals, trying to command them. Fortunately, he wasn't using a language the animals understood. Damn you creeps, misbehaving kids needs to be. Stars started to engulf Kageo's hands, and she had to use additional dark energy of a shower to punish those who pissed her off. However, before that, the head was being held from behind, before it was pulled, throwing her to the ground. None of that, Melee said as she looked for one she just threw. How is this happening? Kageo eventually started getting up. How you know about my... Looks like you're right about where you help the source of your power, Jacoboo noted. Her trail is everything that what? That's why I prepared someone to identify your trail as you what, leaning to what we suspect to be your source of power. But how? I never, Kageo protested. You just beat me up until you found my weak spot. That's actually a good idea, Abigail noted. What about if it was switching creatures like you, putting your powers within you felt like the old repeated way? So you had to gamble off chances, but you store your power source somewhere else. Looks like we hit the jackpot. He sighed in satisfaction as though, isn't this thrilling when you gambled on something new and suddenly you succeeded? Random paragraph break there. Oh, there's the luck factor, I guess, Mingy eyed before looking at Momoko. Momoko, you should get on it. Let's give her what she suggested. A well-deserved beating. Eating, of course, Momoko said with a smile on her face. He switched around people's bodies and even innocent animals too, for no good reasons. And pointed her finger to Kageo in condemnation. Don't think I'll let you get away with that. Hiding at her mask and placed in a hand to find what she's been waiting for, with Garmin. Or a mask, pink mask. Transformation was set, now Pink Master ready to once again fight for her friend. Damn it all! Kageo looked rather frantic. Raising a hand to summon Dorodora's soldiers. Thanks to her power source being destroyed, these Dorodoras reverted back to their default fighting form. Deku was silent for a bit. He's not afraid of a sword, but he couldn't help but feel that something might be a bit amiss. While there are other pressing matters for hand. Let's hurry! After the search for Takeru. Okay! Everyone nodded in agreement that once they skip the whole stone destruction. Not to mention that Ninja Black is still not present, but I believe that he should be on my way to the battlefield. Super Sentai proceeded to charge through and throw everything and got against the doors coming for Kageona. Her deck was not wrong and felt something was watching. From afar behind the building, a shady figure peeked through the battlefield. Yes, this is it. Go on, play out like a coward, baby. Draw them out. After several rounds of fighting, Pink Mask decided it's time to tip the scales when he saw a chance to a weapon. Masky Ribbon! Before she could react, several doors attacked her, causing her to concentrate on striking back. Before she got too occupied, she swung her Masky Ribbon to eventually tie Kageona and launched herself to the yokai, kicking her in the face. Nice, that's a good hit. To her surprise, Kageona stood still. Ow, that hurts! She said, but her tone seemed to pipe her around. Is that what you expect me to say? A single snap her arm, she was covered with shadowy dances, formed like a spiky arm around her, and snapping her Masky Ribbon bind from her. What? Yes, I did have, but just no power but dark shadow, and I'll make sure you get consumed by it. The bad Kageona began to leap and attack Pink Mask. It'd be nothing for her, she could have dodged with ease. After all, she's back to her original body. That didn't happen. A swing on her arm, the shadow struck her own chest, knocking her away. Hey, out my body! Pink Mask didn't get it. How did her body not respond to her in such timely manner? In fact, she knew his feeling. She suffered this before during a battle against Tube, when Jill exerted herself by fighting a Tube monster without transforming. When she transformed, she had her stamina drained out and resulted the masked men formation not completing enough to properly pilot the Great Five until it was buried. All part of Tube's plan. No, this isn't Jiraiya's fault for not managing my body right. It was fine. What could have... Still thinking about it, Pink Mask continued to fight against Kageona, but the ongoing fatigue started to catch up against her. Her attacks getting slower and slower, and Kageona getting the upper hand. What's the matter? Byokai taunted. You got enough balls to challenge me alone, but that'll be your downfall. All Pink Mask could do was to prepare her Masky Ribbon again, and without lighting, it wrote once more because he knew something was coming, since he noticed the moon in the ground, without Kageona detecting. All of a sudden, a foot rose in the ground, kicking Kageona and launching her to the sky. From the ground like Ninja Black, was Kakuri ready. Kakuri Ryu, Nagore Boshi. Mid-air, Ninja Black started slicing Kageona in a star shape, greatly damaging her. Before she even fell to the ground, she felt her neck was strangled with something. Pink Mask already set her Masky Ribbon in beam, and then saw Byokai first, before gathering her strength and... Ha! She yelled threw Kageona head onto the ground ribbon. Dryer! The team approached her with something concerned. Made it. That took longer than I thought. Ninja Black comments before focusing to the most important thing. You always gotta use the Super Sentai ball. Well, suddenly removed sound. It's true, at the very least, we still have the Super Sentai ball. Mega expectories. I don't know, we got 2 prompts back. What? One. First, I'm missing one colour. Taku, remember? Not to mention, again, not about terrain, Pink Mask. You know about we've been endangering both of them if we use that. Oh right, god damn it! Ninja Black Cursey slammed his fist together. No one's forgot that one detail. All about the game, just hit her with everything it got. She didn't look particularly that tough compared to yours, I guess. Emergency looked at Kageona and attempted to get up. But her attention quickly turned to somewhere else, in particular our fatigue warrior. Are you sure she's not going to drag us down instead? Her, a Terror Angel looked at Pink Mask. I don't think we'll have to stand. Mocha, are you sure you're okay? I'm alright, we have to defeat her, Pink Mask insisted despite her breath getting heavier and heavier. Okay then, we just have to do things in parts and Mocha won't have to overexert herself. Jack Blue stated ready his SP license. SWAT mode on! Killed with beyond vest, Deck Blue raised machine gun. He was also very their stances. The revolver, full power. Then took an aim. Where Red Kageona has been able to stand straight and the shadows form beneath her. Judging from the looks, it looked like she would be able to link to the ground and balance, avoiding the shot. Masky Ribbon! Out of everyone's expectation, Pink Mask made the first move and launched it. Trapped Kageona and making her stick in place. But damn it, how do we buy? Hurry! But Super Sentai didn't even grace the idea of discussing it. He knew he had to finish this quickly for Pink Mask's sake, so he launched every one of their attacks to bound Kageona from par. Lock on! Strike out! Terror! Mega Sling! Nimpo! Rock Fall! Shot to fire in the revolver Terror Arrow Mega Sling, but rocks eventually fell from the sky. Orban blasting through and crushing Kageona. Even then it was not the end. Arakil used his wing pentac to conjure multiple arrows in the sky and Orban flew right onto Kageona, piercing through it. And when it's all over, Ringi, Kisho, Kigan. A chain of flaming gold Kageonas on both sides caused a melee. The moon serena exploding here and there. This isn't how it's going to end. Knowing that only this stuck the monster remained, Pink Mask pulled back her masky ribbon. Before Kageon was restored completely to my let out of fire sentence. Now it's come to this, my swan song, just for you. Slammed both hands to the ground, it gave out creeping shadows that slithered like snakes on the ground, before then exploding with a wail. I wish I had one last pair of souls. Dick Blue looked at the slithering shadow that moved at first slowly, but slowly became faster. Redundant slowly. It was something very familiar with him in the beginning, but as the shadow approached, finally got a good feeling of what it could be. What up these shadows? On his command. I never knew the shadow was bad news. The least they could do was jump in unison. Fortunately, fatigue really caught up to Pink Mask. Just as she attempted to jump, spelt the same electric shock that afflicted her when she investigated the lair of Kageona. But this, it's not affecting my body, but my soul. She realized it too late. Shadows surrounding the ground she was standing. There was a moment she was unable to move. It was brave her to attack Kageona's lair while using a body not belonging to her, and it was necessary for victory. The creature's strikes are meant to affect most of the soul inhabiting the body, but not the body itself. Only now its effects are fully felt. Moriko! The other Super Sentai exclaimed her name, worried that she was not moving. Thought she was just a bit bound, but nothing she could handle, but still went out. Except before they even landed, a figure suddenly leapt and struck Pink Mask several times with powerful strikes moving fast. Yeah! Finally yelling out in pain, the attacks severely wounded Pink Mask as she de-transformed. Yet someone stepped to prevent her from falling down. Now, here, that goes just as planned. Your sacrifice is duly noted, Shadow Girl. Kyros, Death Blue yelled as he looked for Thief Knight carrying an unconscious Moriko on his shoulders. What are you planning there? Don't ask me, maybe you should ask Long instead. I'm just following the plan. Kyros gave out his reading without going too deep into the actual reading. I think that our light disciple will have some words to her. Disciple of light. No, he said light disciple. On hearing that, Abigail knew what was on stake. This would be at stake at this moment. Perhaps he had stepped up his game quicker than he thought. But still, I gotta say we got lucky here. Kyros started boasting, knowing that the Super Sentai at that point, if our best stamina dream, they couldn't fight a fresh Thief Knight like him. Of all people Kageon and Switch, it had to be one of those masked men, one who has the lowest constitution. That said, he looked away. Well, time to go. When we decide what to do on her, I promise you you'll get front seats. See ya! When he jumped away, counting the unconscious Moriko as his captive. No, Moriko! Both Terranger and Mega Yellow would attempt to chase after, but they failed to keep up. Anguish filled their heads, they shook them. No, this cannot be! There was a silence that followed this hollow victory. Great for the people who had their souls swapped with restored normal, but this is no victory at all, Ninja Black lamented. Fight ended in a rather bitter note. Super Sentai saved the people, yet there was a price to pay. What was Long planning with Moriko again? And in what way should Mikado speed up his gauge for this? Where was Taku during all this time? Mysteries are still in the air, and yet we had no time to rest. Don't give up. Fight, Super Sentai! As the Super Sentai returned to Bonds, having de-transformed, their face showed fatigue over all that was happening. That was when we met her face missed. Hey, how's it going? Having this man just greeted casually sitting on a chair. Did well without me. About Moriko, though. Alright, and Face's man didn't exactly bring any happy thought to any of the Super Sentai, especially Holding Dryer. Both of them felt like their bottom emotions were about to pop right in front of that man as they were gritting their teeth in anger. Takaru! To be continued. Also note, there's actually a very good reason why Taku just popped very late and looked like abandoning his teammate and resulting in a disastrous battle and Moriko getting captured. But I'm saying this just so people won't harm for saying I made Taku Super OC. Once again I apologise for this super long delay, because I had to thank Lupin Range and Pat Range to bring me back onto the funk enough time to write this. Quality might be a bit off in this chapter, but there will be an important information that revealed in the next chapter. Till then, stay tuned. Yeah, the chapter's mostly the same, mostly alright, a few grammatical errors and some logical failings, but I overall recommend it, as with everything else. Tune in next time for the penultimate chapter of this saga, which is entitled Exchange of Fear.